Okay, welcome back. We're still in this dashboard area here. Just a couple of things I wanted to show you so that you are feeling comfortable with navigating your way around a WordPress blog. So if you come over here and you can sort of see, if we hover around, that it's got a down pointing arrow. If you click on those down pointing arrows, it's called click to toggle, you can open and close the areas. If you don't want to see everything that's on the screen here, you can just simply click like this and you can shut it all down. And I'm just going to move this over here. Another thing that you can also do is click on the screen options, and you'll notice now that what we actually have is a choice of whether we want to look at incoming links and recent comments, etc. And if that's how you'd like to have your dashboard set up, and if you only want it to be one page, for instance, or one column, you click on that and we'll just close this screen here, and you can see now that it's only listed as one column all the way down the front. So your dashboard can be completely customized, and the way to do that is simply coming over here to screen options and then ticking to turn things on or off. Or as I move over here a little bit, you can change the number of the columns, and I'm just going to move that back to 2. The other thing is that on the left hand side of our screen, you can see here we've got links, and pretty well much this is where you're going to work your way around. Two things that I do when I first come in here, I always check my updates, and you can see it says 1, so it's telling me that there's an update, and it says to me here that I need to go through and update something. In this particular instance, it's saying to me that you don't, but what I do need to update is Acomist, which is a plugin for spam, and it used to be totally free, but now you've got to change, actually pay to use it. So there's a couple of others that we do, so I generally would come through and delete this. The other thing that I do is come to my posts, and there'll be one there that says hello world. I always go through and I click on trash and delete that as well, because we don't want this. What we will do soon is go through and add our own post. I then come through to categories, and I would set up my categories, and it's simply a matter of coming in here and adding a name and adding a category. And then over here I get rid of this one, or you can edit this one if you like, it's your choice. You don't want to have a category set that says uncategorized, very tacky. Okay, scrolling further down the side here, you can see we've got links, add new links, etc. These are links that are currently set up. If we have a look at them, they're all set up to WordPress, because obviously we're trying to support WordPress here. I generally come through and I delete a large portion of those because they're of absolutely no relevance to my particular blog I'm working on. If, however, you are working on a blog and you would like to have a link back to themes, then I would leave that one there. If not, just click on it like this, come up here and go delete, and you'll very quickly will have deleted these plugins. And it's just a little bit slow here at the moment because we're recording. Come on. Okay, and you can see it's now done it. I come down to pages, and what I like to do in here is go through. You'll notice that there is an about one. You can edit that, and I also go through and I add in my pages that I will be working on my blog. As with comments, you'll notice that there is always one comment. This defaults when you create your first blog. You can come through and simply come down here to trash and delete it. Next area we're just going to briefly look at is appearance, and this is actually your themes. Now this is the great thing about WordPress, is that it comes stock standard now with this 2010 theme, but you can download as many themes as you like, and I actually quite like this 2010 theme. There's another little one that I also download called Weaver, and it allows you to be very flexible, and particularly when you're first starting out, you don't need any difficult themes to be editing or working with. If, however, you want to go through and start searching for themes, you simply click over here on Install Theme, and then you go, look, I'd really like to go and have a nice pink theme, clicking here and then going search, and it'll start searching for you and come back with some results. They don't look really pink to me. Okay, over here we've got a sort of purpley looking theme, purple pastels, so you can see it's brought back some results, but there's about 52 pages of themes here that it just popped up for us. So start scrolling your way through, and if you see one that you like, it's simply a matter of either previewing it or installing it. Over to plugins, there's literally hundreds of plugins, and Acamus was one that we looked at before. There's a few that I would recommend that you go through and use, and a lot of different people recommend different plugins, but really if you go out there and you start searching for plugins, there's just about a plugin for everything that you would need to use with your WordPress blog. To add a plugin, it's simply a matter of coming up here to add new, and in this case I'll just do a search for SEO, and I like this one here, all in one, so I'll say install now. And it says are you sure, and I go yes, and I have now installed my plugin. And of course you just activate it and then follow the on-screen prompts. We're not going to worry about users or tools at this point, but we're going to pop down here to settings and general, and I would always make sure that it comes through to my site title and make sure that my title is correct, my tag is correct, my address etc. is correct, along with my email, checking my date formats, and if I'm happy with everything in there I would go save changes. Now that's very briefly going through not only the dashboard but the links down the side. These are the things that I would go through and do when I first installed my WordPress blog. I hope that you have enjoyed this video, and I look forward to speaking to you again soon.